Bill, I do want to get slightly political with you. As I understand it, the bank has made a commitment on reducing financing to thermal coal businesses, but that ultimately won't be fully effective until 2030. So the reduction of absolute financing, I guess, comes down steadily, but ultimately you're not out of that game until 2030. Is that too slow, and is that partly because we know there are so many large Asian economies that are very dependent still on coal and have longer term plans than maybe the 2030 or 2050 targets we've heard about for net zero?
Yeah, so thanks, Jeff. This is a policy that we've had in place for a couple of years now. A couple of years ago, we said we expected all of our clients to transition away from coal, and we set a very specific flight path, which was that any client that was generating more than 10% of their income from thermal coal-related production processes would not be able to bank with Standard Chartered, and we expected them to reduce their coal usage on a straight line basis when we announced the policy over a 10-year period. We've got 8 years left on that. We've actually reduced the 10% number to 5%. The 5% is to accommodate the last tail of people, typically in the poorest countries, who have clearly transitioned from, in many cases, 100% coal dependence down to under 5% coal dependence. They will say, we will continue to help you with the last stage of your transition. Is that too fast or too slow? It's a pretty tough nut for the poorer countries in the world that are dependent on coal-fired power. And the approach that we've taken throughout this is to have contribute to the just transition, right? The just transition that we've been hearing about, to allow these countries to continue to pull themselves out of poverty to the greatest possible extent, while helping them to transition to a very low carbon business model. So we've calibrated this, we've accelerated the pace just over the last couple of years. Perhaps we'll find ways that we can accelerate even further. But we are allowing for an element of ongoing economic growth and activity in some of these markets, because otherwise it's simply unjust to deprive many of the poorer countries of the world the opportunity to deliver power to populations who would like to join the ranks of the digitally connected, et cetera.